In today's video, I'll be sharing with you itinerary ideas for 1 week in Hawaii for adventure seekers. Now this is an action-packed week with 7 days and 7 different things that you can do here in Hawaii on the island of Oahu. Feel free to copy this entire week's itinerary. I'll leave links in the description box below, or if you want to copy specific tours, activities, or ideas, I'll leave links to those in the description box below as well. I've also included a free download, a printable that you can use to help plan your Hawaii trip. And in that one-page free download, it has a section for everything that you need for your Hawaii trip, your flight details, hotel details, car rental details if you decide to rent a car, and then also a grid where you can plan out your morning, afternoon, and evening for a week in Hawaii. Now, of course, you don't have to make this itinerary as detailed as that. You can make it as detailed or as spontaneous as you like, but having a general game plan, especially if you're traveling to Hawaii during summer months, peak summer season, June, July, August, or even our winter season, December and January, having a general game plan, especially for things that require reservations, is always a good idea. Assuming that you're here for a full week, let's start with day 1. Depending on when your flight arrives, I would always recommend for your first day to be a very relaxed, chill day here in Hawaii. So for the Waikiki beach area, there's a lot that you can see and do. I'd always recommend, if it's your first day here in Waikiki, to go ahead and walk down Kalakaua Avenue and explore Waikiki. You can also walk along Waikiki Beach, relax in the sun, or relax at night depending on what time of the day you're flying in. Go for a swim if you'd like, and just explore the Waikiki area. If you are arriving during the day, however, we also have a trolley system, which is super easy to access. The Waikiki trolley offers tickets. It's $5 on the pink line. Now, they have a couple different lines: pink, red, blue, and green. However, the pink line is the one I'm referring to. Pink, just like the color, and it's $5 per person. They have a few different trolley stops throughout Waikiki, and the whole route is about an hour. It does the entire Waikiki area. It also ends at Ala Shopping Center, so if you did want to explore Waikiki, but not necessarily do it on foot, this is a great way to kind of get your bearings, to see the Waikiki area, and it's very short, only an hour. Typically we'll run about every 15 minutes or so, depending on the trolley schedule. Same thing, I'll leave a link in the description box below. For the pink line trolley, you don't need to pre-purchase tickets. You can just purchase those tickets on board, $5, and again, it's an open air trolley, the pink line. For day 2, if you're lucky enough to be in Hawaii on a Saturday, this day would be perfect. For day 2, for my adventure seekers, I would recommend going on a hike for Diamond Head Crater, the extinct volcanic crater, and then going to the Kapiolani Community College Farmers Market after. The Kapiolani Community College Farmers Market only runs on Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Diamond Head Crater requires reservations, and they're $5 per person. I'll leave links in the description box below. A good recommendation, depending on how early you want to get up, try to get an early time slot for Diamond Head Crater. I'd say start to finish, assuming time for photos, relaxing, and so forth. It would take you about maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours to do the hike. You could get a 6 or a 7 o'clock time slot, and then after you finish doing the hike, you can walk across the Kapiolani Community College Farmers Market to try local foods, see arts and crafts, or again, just grab a quick bite to eat or a smoothie. It's always fun, I think, when you're traveling to go to farmers markets, especially a farmers market like that one. One, because the proximity, it's right across from Diamond Head Crater, but it's also a good way to try local food, arts and crafts, or if you're looking to get souvenirs from local vendors, it's a great place to start. Now, if you're not here on a Saturday, not to worry, there are other farmers markets throughout the week. That one just works really well with the Diamond Head Crater hike, just again because of the proximity. If those two options don't suit, another good option for a nice hike day would be to go to check out Manoa Falls. So Manoa Falls is a hike that's about 20 minutes from Waikiki, and it ends at a 100-foot waterfall. This hike is free of charge. They do charge for parking, however, if you do have a rental car. But it's another great alternative if you perhaps aren't here on a Saturday to go to the Kapiolani Community College Farmers Market, or if you're unable to get the time slot to go to hike Diamond Head Crater. Manoa Falls is a great alternative. It's a rainforest hike, easy to access, and it doesn't require reservations. For day 3, let's get you out of the concrete jungle of Waikiki and headed up to our North Shore. So depending on what time of year here in Hawaii, the North Shore looks vastly different. If you're here during the summer, which is June, July, and August, it's very calm, just like a lake. However, if you're here in the winter months, December and January, that's when we have our big wave surf season, where waves can be upwards of 30 foot. With your rental car, from Waikiki to Haleiwa, which is up on our North Shore, that's the main town on the North Shore, it's about 45 minutes to an hour drive depending on traffic. From Waikiki, a couple other things you could check out along the way. Going up to our North Shore, you can check out the Dole pineapple plantation if you want to try Dole Whip. There's also a coffee farm that's up there, and around the Haleiwa area, there's also another macadamia nut farm. Now, if you're looking for a bit of adventure, one activity which I just recently did up on the North Shore is with North Shore Stables for their ATV tour. What makes this tour amazing, I think, is that it's the only single rider ATV option on the island of Oahu. Previously, other places did have the single riders, such as Kualoa Ranch, but they've transitioned over to the UTVs. So Kualoa Ranch or the Jurassic Valley has multi-passenger ATVs. So if you have your heart set on a single passenger ATV, this is a great option. They also have kid-size ATVs as well. So if you're traveling with families, little ones that also want to ride the ATV, or if you wanted to drive the ATV and you're traveling with a small child who you want to pack on the ATV with you, there's different options for that as well. So as I mentioned, it is North Shore Stable. So beyond the ATV tour, they also offer horseback riding. I did not try the horseback riding, I only tried the ATVs, and it was pretty cool. It works a lot with sustainable tourism. So on the tour, you're ATVing around the stable area, the path, for about an hour. There's ocean views, lots of stops. You're learning about the history of that section of the island, and then you're also able to plant a tree. So for sustainable tourism, so that area where you're going to be ATVing, just past it, the shoreline is eroding. So as part of the tour, they have guests go into their greenhouse area, pick a plant, and then you're able to plant the plant or shrubbery or flower, whatever you choose, along the shoreline. You could also opt to plant a smaller tree as well, but we chose to plant a very, very small plant, which was absolutely fun. Took a lot of photos, and I think this speaks volumes in terms of sustainable tourism. It's also a nice feel-good moment, so not only do you have fun with the ATVs with your friends or family, but you also get to do a little bit of something here in Hawaii, and overall, it's an absolutely gorgeous area. The mountain views are beautiful, ocean views are gorgeous. Overall, absolutely loved it. I'll leave a link in the description box below if you'd like a full review of that tour that I did up on the North Shore. So moving on. So again, this day 3 is going to be your North Shore day. So you've already passed by the Dole pineapple plantation, you've passed by the coffee farms, you've passed by macadamia nut fields. Again, you don't have to do all of these, but this is just to give you some ideas for your itinerary. You've headed into Haleiwa, you've done a 1-hour ATV tour perhaps, or maybe the horseback tour. Afterwards, you can head back into the main Haleiwa marketplace area to grab lunch. There's also a lot of food trucks that are over there, shrimp trucks that are over there, lots of local restaurants that you can try out. If you have the time and you're still up for more adventure, you can also drive up from Haleiwa to Waimea Valley. Haleiwa to Waimea Valley will range anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes, again, vastly depending specifically on traffic. Waimea Valley is a private botanical garden. You do have to pay to get in. I believe tickets are $20 or $30 to get in. It's fully paved like a sidewalk, and there's a waterfall that you can swim into. So if you are adventure seekers and you want to get as much outdoorsy time as possible, that would be a very good day. So starting early in the morning in Waikiki, heading over to Dole Pineapple Plantation for a little bit of sugar, coffee for a bit of caffeine, macadamia nut farm if you'd like to grab some snacks, and then over to Haleiwa North Shore Stables ATV and zoom up to Waimea Valley for a little bit of a waterfall swim. You could also go to Waimea Bay, again, depending on what time of year you're here. If you're here for summer, June, July, August, Waimea Bay will be flat like a lake. You would not swim there during our winter season, of course. That's where you'll have those big wave surf, the big wave surf competitions. But that's a great, fun-filled, action-packed day for day 3 here in Hawaii for my adventure seekers. And now we're on to day 4. So yesterday you spent all day heading up to Haleiwa town, lots of driving, lots of exploring. Today will be more of a chill, relaxed day. So for the first part of the day, I would recommend perhaps having a nice beach day at Waikiki Beach. If you wanted to rent beach chairs or umbrellas, there's a lot of kiosks along Waikiki Beach that allow you to do it. If you're feeling energized and up for it, you can also try surf lessons. There's group lessons that you can do, or semi-private lessons. So group lessons will typically have around 5 to 10 people per group or per instructor. Again, that depends on the surf school, so you'll want to double check with the surf school itself. Semi-private is great if you're a couple or 2 friends. It's just the 2 of you and 1 instructor. That's a great option if you're a beginner surfer or if it's your first time surfing, just so you get a little bit more time with the instructor. And there's also private lessons, so one-on-one, just yourself and the instructor, so a lot more time with the instructor if it's, again, your first time surfing. If you're traveling with kids, typically if you're with kids 12 and under, most surf schools will require you to have a one-on-one lesson, so 1 child per instructor, just for safety reasons. So that takes care of your morning and afternoon. And again, this is for my adventure seekers, action-packed adventures, anyone who wants a full itinerary. So the first part of the day, we've done the beach or surf lessons. In the afternoon, we are hungry. So I would recommend for the afternoon to try out a luau. There's a bunch of different luau's here on island. My personal favorite is a small group luau that holds about 50 to 70 people. I'll leave a link in the description box below. So for the afternoon, I would definitely recommend a luau to try out the local food, have a couple cocktails or mocktails, and experience some of the culture to see the Hawaiian hula dancing, Tahitian dancing, fire knife dancer. Again, I'll leave links in the description box below. The luau is nice because depending on what luau you book, if you book the one that I was recommending, they also offer transportation, so you can have a couple cocktails and not worry about anything. That would be a very good fun-filled day. And now on to day 5. I would be remiss to say if you are here on Oahu and do not visit Kualoa Ranch. It's 4,000 acres. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's also known as Jurassic Valley, and there's so many different tours that you can do while you're there. A lot of people do go there for the ATVs, but again, keep in mind with the ATVs, they are multi-passenger ATVs, and there are restrictions on how old you have to be to drive. So you have to be 21 years old to drive those ATVs, and passengers have to be at least 5 years old. Another really, really good way to see that valley, which in my opinion is probably one of the best, is the electric bike. The electric bikes also have a lower age restriction, so you only have to be 10 years old to drive the electric bikes, which is great, especially if you're traveling with families or little ones. I also really like the electric bikes over the ATVs because the electric bikes are a lot quieter. Absolutely love them. Great way to see the valley. And again, with the age restrictions, if you are traveling with kids, super easy because they can also drive those e-bikes. They have different courses, novice as well as the more advanced course. I did the novice course, absolutely loved it. Great photos, and I love that you could explore the valley without the roar of the ATVs. If you're feeling up for it, another thing that you can add in addition to that, at Kualoa Ranch, there's also the secret beach experience. So a combo that I'll often recommend is doing the electric bike in the morning, and then in the afternoon, you can do the secret beach activity. So with that, you can hang out at their beach for the day, but with that, you also have access to their hammocks, you have access to the volleyball nets, you have access to horseshoes, you have access to stand-up paddleboards, kayaks, lots of beach activities that you can do, and you're typically there for a few hours. So those two activities, I think, pair really well together. You get to see the Jurassic Valley, but you also get to relax on the beach for the day at a beach that's outside of Waikiki. And next for day 6. So you've done a lot of activities around the island, you've gone hiking, you've checked out some waterfalls, lots of things that you can do. For day 6, I would definitely recommend that you get in the water to see our marine life with snorkeling. And there's different ways that you can do this. You can snorkel at Hanauma Bay, you can go to Sharks Cove to snorkel, again, depending on what time of year you're visiting. If you're visiting during our winter season, December or January, you would not go to Sharks Cove. Sharks Cove is very popular in the summertime, so June, July, and August. Or another option, which I would recommend, is to go on a boat to go snorkeling. There's lots of different trips that do this, but most of the boats will go out to Turtle Canyon, just off the coast of Waikiki. Anywhere from 2 to 3 hours, you'll snorkel with turtles, you'll see fish, you'll be on a boat, you'll see the skyline. It's a nice, short, abbreviated activity that you can do locally here in the Waikiki area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 action-packed days for this itinerary that you can do. Again, feel free to copy the entire itinerary, or if you want to copy bits and pieces, I'll leave links for everything that I mentioned in the description box below. And now we are on to day 7. I feel like you might be tired if you copy this entire itinerary from days 1 to day 6, but for day 7, one thing I would recommend is to explore a completely different beach, again, outside of Waikiki. So if you've got your rental car, a popular beach that you can go to is over at Kailua. So Kailua Beach is really popular, Lanikai Beach is really popular. All of those areas on the east side of the island gives you a different type of beach versus the ones that are here in Waikiki. Or if you did go to Kualoa Ranch for their secret island beach adventure, it just takes you to different areas of the island, gorgeous photos, and it gets you out of the main area of Waikiki. If you were to do Kailua for your day 7, I would definitely recommend going into Kailua town, grabbing a bite to eat, small restaurants, small boutiques, lots of things that you can do over there. And then of course you also have the beach. The beach is different there than it is in Waikiki, so there aren't kiosks or beach stands to rent beach chairs and umbrellas. It is just a beach. So if you wanted any of those items, you'll have to bring those with you. I typically recommend, if you're going to Kailua Beach, go to Kailua in the town area, grab a bite to eat, maybe some snacks, and then take those with you to the beach afterwards. Relax there for the day, and that will end your 7 days here in Hawaii. A full week of activities for my adventure seekers who would like an action-packed itinerary. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I left a link in the description box below for a free download for a Hawaii travel planner printable that you can use to help plan your Hawaii trip. And if you'd like a custom itinerary, I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can click on it and let me know what times and days you're staying here on the island, and I'm happy to provide a custom itinerary to help plan your Hawaii trip. On this one-page planner, you have everything that you need where you can jot down your details for your hotel, rental car, tours and activities, things that you want to do, and a general itinerary. So let's say you're here in Hawaii, but you're not here on a Saturday for kape. Super delicious, super tasty, and I absolutely love it. What is it? Oh my god, there's like a dog. Hey, what's up? So I actually live here now. Got a friend who's joining us, our cameo appearance. He is not on the payroll. It's just, what's really nice about the electric bike, especially if you're a family traveling with kids, the only restriction, wow, that is a huge fish. It's like a foot. Oh my goodness. It's an electric bike, so all you hear is the quiet of the, oh my god. Bert, you gotta get out of here. Oh my god, there's two! Okay, bro, I gotta work. It's a busy day here at the office. Oh my god, leave her alone! Dude, we're not friends. Like, get out of here. Like, I gotta work. Get out of here. Go.